From a scattering of rival city-states came democracy, philosophy, theatre, and the Olympic Games. This is the story of ancient Greece and its extraordinary influence on the world that followed. Greek civilization's roots stretch back to the Bronze Age, when the Minoans on Crete and the Mycenaeans on the mainland built palaces, traded across the Mediterranean, and inspired later Greek myth. Around 1200 BC, this Bronze Age world collapsed. Writing was lost, cities were abandoned, and Greece entered several centuries historians call the Greek Dark Age. Out of this collapse, a new kind of community emerged, the polis or city-state. Hundreds of small, independent Greek states formed, each with its own government, laws, and identity. Sparta built its entire society around military discipline, training boys from childhood to become soldiers in one of the most feared armies in the ancient Greek world. Athens took a different path, growing into a major naval and trading power, and eventually pioneering a radical new form of government the world had never seen before. Around 508 BC, the reformer Cleisthenes introduced democracy in Athens, granting citizens the right to vote directly on laws and policy in a system unlike anything in the ancient world. In the early 5th century BC, the mighty Persian Empire invaded Greece, seeking to punish Athens and expand westward. The Greek city-states, often bitter rivals, were forced to unite. At the Battle of Marathon in 490 BC, a heavily outnumbered Athenian army defeated the Persian invasion force, a victory that became legendary in Greek memory. A decade later, a small force of Greeks, famously including 300 Spartans, held off a massive Persian army at Thermopylae, buying critical time before ultimately being overwhelmed. The tide turned at the naval battle of Salamis, where a Greek fleet, largely built by Athens, decisively crushed the Persian navy, effectively ending the Persian threat to Greece. Victory ushered in Athens' Golden Age. Under the statesman Pericles, the city built the Parthenon, funded the arts, and became the cultural and intellectual capital of the Greek world. This was the age of Socrates, who wandered Athens questioning everything, challenging citizens to examine their own beliefs, and laying the foundation for Western philosophy. Socrates' student Plato founded the academy, and Plato's own student Aristotle went on to tutor a young Macedonian prince who would change the world, Alexander the Great. Athens also gave the world theatre. Playwrights like Sophocles, Euripides, and Aristophanes staged tragedies and comedies that still influence storytelling more than 2,000 years later. Every 4 years, Greek city-states set aside their conflicts for the Olympic Games at Olympia, a religious and athletic festival honoring Zeus that became a symbol of shared Greek identity. But Greek unity was fragile. Rivalry between Athens and Sparta erupted into the Peloponnesian War, a brutal, decades-long conflict that devastated Greece and ultimately ended in Sparta's victory. The war left both Athens and Sparta exhausted. Neither could dominate Greece for long, and the following decades saw shifting alliances and near-constant warfare between rival city-states. To the north, the Kingdom of Macedon, long considered semi-Greek by the southern city-states, grew powerful under King Philip II, who built a formidable, innovative army. Philip defeated a coalition of Greek city-states at the Battle of Chaeronea in 338 BC, bringing mainland Greece under Macedonian control for the first time in its history. When Philip was assassinated in 336 BC, his 20-year-old son Alexander inherited the throne, along with his father's army and ambitions for conquest far beyond Greece. In just over a decade, Alexander conquered the Persian Empire, marched into Egypt and Central Asia, and pushed as far as India, creating one of the largest empires the ancient world had seen. Alexander's conquests spread Greek language, art, and culture across a vast territory, beginning what historians call the Hellenistic period, blending Greek ideas with those of the conquered lands. Alexander died suddenly in 323 BC at just 32 years old. With no clear heir, his generals fought each other for control, tearing his empire apart into rival successor kingdoms. Out of this fragmentation rose powerful Hellenistic kingdoms, including Ptolemaic Egypt and the Seleucid Empire in the east, each ruled by Greek dynasties over largely non-Greek populations. This era produced remarkable scientific advances. Scholars in Alexandria calculated the size of the earth, advanced mathematics and medicine, and built one of history's great libraries. As the Hellenistic kingdoms weakened through constant infighting, a new power rose in the west. Rome steadily expanded into Greek territory, defeating one Hellenistic kingdom after another. By 146 BC, mainland Greece had fallen under direct Roman control. The age of independent Greek city-states and kingdoms was over, absorbed into an expanding Roman world. Yet in a sense, Greece conquered its conqueror. Roman elites studied Greek philosophy, copied Greek art, and adopted Greek gods, deeply absorbing Greek culture into Roman civilization. Athenian democracy, though limited and flawed by modern standards, became a foundational reference point for democratic governments and political theory for more than 2,000 years. Greek philosophy shaped Western and Islamic scholarship alike, with the works of Plato and Aristotle studied, translated, and debated across centuries and civilizations. Greek advances in geometry, astronomy, and medicine, from Euclid to Hippocrates, formed a foundation that later scholars in the Islamic world and Renaissance Europe would build upon. Greek architecture and sculpture set standards of proportion and beauty still echoed in government buildings, museums, and monuments constructed thousands of years later. The Greek language and alphabet shaped scientific vocabulary, mathematics, and the very structure of writing systems used across Europe and beyond. Greek epics like the Iliad and Odyssey, along with its tragedies and comedies, established narrative structures and character archetypes still used in storytelling today. Modern Greece traces its national identity directly to this ancient heritage, with ruins like the Acropolis standing today as enduring symbols of the civilization that once flourished there. From warring city-states to an idea that reshaped the world, ancient Greece's legacy in democracy, philosophy, science, and art remains woven into civilization more than 2 millennia later.